All right, welcome to the podcast. Daniel Khan.
How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Now, this one's a little bit of a weird one. Again, we've never met in person
No,
before.
we haven't, yeah.
But I feel like, and I've probably never told you this because we haven't spoken much, I guess, but I feel like since I've been on the scene,
Yeah.
you've been on the scene. You've been on the scene a while.
Yeah, but it's kind of different to you. Like, you've been on the YouTube scene.
I've been on the YouTube scene.
Yeah.
You've always, to me, been like a figure in the car community that
Yeah.
is been there, if that makes sense. And I don't really know what that is actually. Like, we jump straight into it. Like, what's your connection? How were you so deeply rooted in the car scene? Because I know you've done a little bit of YouTube. Was it through that? You kind of...
No, so basically, you see, back in the day, like 2013, 14, like the Gumball meets.
Okay.
I used to go to them all the time. That's how I met DMO.
Okay. Are you cool with DMO?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Interesting.
I've
Okay,
known
cool,
DMO
cool.
for a good, like, 6-7 years now, I would say.
Yeah,
But you see, like, where everyone's popping into YouTube, because I do the boxing, it's hard to do both of them.
of course.
So with the YouTube, it was more like my friends would be like, "Come, let's do it." The main reason why I started YouTube now is you see my little cousins and nieces and that they love watching my channel.
Okay. That's like, bro, you're like a TV star to them, innit?
Yeah.
Like when they see that, that's their kind of...
But they
celeb.
like you see with me, I'm quite good with the younger generation, like with the kids and that, because they love cars, and it's just normal. So when I'm talking to them, they're like, "Daniel, when you doing your next video?" This and that. I'm like, it's really hard, you know.
Yeah.
So it's them spurring me on, like. And back in the day, I used to just do it here and there for like a joke. I'll be honest, like just do a video and then it would get like 200k views. I'm like, oh shit. And then it got to a stage where my boxing and the YouTube, everyone was just clashing. So I thought, let me focus on the boxing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting there.
Yeah.
Because YouTube was better back then for views, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I'm happy. So, so with that whole YouTube thing, this is the story I hear. But I think I came into it when that had already happened.
Yeah.
So I never knew any different. You was making like YouTube videos like 5 years ago?
5-6 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, see, I've only been making them three and a half.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but I did hear back in the day, YouTube was very monetizable. So you can make a lot more money and the algorithm was a little bit freer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
My views used to fly up. Now I get a bit disheartened. Now I don't really get the views I used to. But Cam saying that you just need to be persistent. You need to post every 2 or 3 days, innit?
It's hard. It's funny because I was having this conversation with the last guest, Becky, and it's like it's a monster. It's like you've got to feed it to stay up on the algorithm. You've got to feed it.
You do, yeah.
And I even feel like, all right, cool. Maybe it was more monetizable before I come onto the scene, but I do feel like there has been some changes. Maybe it's my ego speaking.
It's like Instagram though. Instagram algorithm as well.
That's changed too. There's a lot of weird shit going on.
Yeah.
But I feel like now lately with my views, I used to like, bro, I could drop a video before and I know it's 100k. It's 100k minimum.
Yeah.
Put out 100k. Now I'm like, bro, I need 100k, bro. I'm putting them out. It's so hit and miss.
Yeah.
And I again could be my ego. I don't think my video quality's dropped. If anything, I think it's kind of going up.
Same as me, yeah.
But it's just like one video, boom, it will bang. Next
You
video,
know what's funny?
You know what I mean?
You know the really bad quality videos of mine have got the most views. Like the one with all blurry in there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I see that. Like, who's your cameraman?
Cam, he's been
bro, you need to fix that camera, bro.
No, he sorted it for me. If you see the last 2 videos.
No, I didn't catch him.
Yeah, the last 2 videos, he sorted out. He was shouting at me. He's like, well, what's this?
Oh, really? Okay. We can't blame him. Let's blame him. He's not on the mic, bro. Let's blame him. It's him. It's his fault.
I know, it's his fault. Because obviously, Cam used to watch my videos as well. And I was like, I'm getting pissed off with all the shakiness.
Yeah.
And then he actually took over. He's like, no, I'll do it from now on.
Yeah.
And now we had Ricky's been helping me as well, so he's helped me with my equipment.
LLF Ricky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's been helping me with like what equipment to buy and Final Cut Pro. Started using that now.
Oh, you stepped up to Final Cut, yeah? Okay.
Hard though.
It is hard, but do you know what? What were you using before? iMovie.
I was using iMovie on my phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you can do it though.
Yeah.
Like some people overcomplicate things. Like my kind of format is very, all right, this goes here, that goes here, da-da-da-da. There's so much things that I kind of have to adhere to make my finished product, right? But let's say DMO, for example, he can just flow it in a way that man will just take out the GoPro, whack it on the window, and just like run a whole video pretty much uncut, and it will bang. Because that's just his style.
DMO can just laugh for like 10 minutes. And
He'll get He's got a way. He's got a good way. So, I mean, sometimes putting too much effort in or overcomplicating it can work against you. Like, you know what I mean? If you were getting views just doing the iMovie on the phone.
I feel like the less effort I was putting in, the more views I was getting, which is a bit disheartening.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then when you see the views coming up, you're like, all right, cool, I'll put a little bit more effort in.
Yeah.
And then it starts flopping in.
Yeah, I was disheartened because basically I'd done one video, and it done really bad, and I was like, I don't want to do it no more. And Cam was like, because basically what Cam's trying to say to us is record like 4 or 5 videos. So if I can't do a recording, we can still put some out.
Definitely.
So one will do really bad, I'm like, no, I don't want to do it no more. And then he'll put another one out and it'll do really good. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Strange.
I don't mind doing it now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
it's like that.
It's
It
a bit
does, it
bipolar.
does make you feel like that, man. It is. It's like, it can affect you, man. It can affect you because it's kind of like people judging how good your content is by the amount of views you get or don't get.
Like, I was wearing my Gucci hat. I wore it like 2-3 times. People are like, you ain't got a different hat. I'm like, oh my God.
Bro, it's
like,
crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I've said this before, and I can't remember who I said it to. I think it was Hamza.
I think it was Hamza.
Yeah, they call him North Face Hamza, innit? Because he always wears North Face, yeah. And I was like, bro, that's why. Like when I'm on my car channel,
you have to make sure you have different clothes on.
Well, you do, or you get your own branded clothing.
Yeah.
So it's like a school uniform. Do you know what I mean? Because when everyone's wearing the same shit at school, no one can be judged on their clothes. Okay, right. There's always a brother whose clothes are too big because they're hand-me-downs and they've got holes or this and that, the other. But generally, everyone's on a level playing ground. So that's why when I'm like on my main channel, I'm just happy with my little OG top, and then no one can say OG Jamie. Like you know what I mean? It's the brand, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, I get that. But, bro, like, so let's take it back a little bit, right? Because obviously you're into car. How old are you, in fact?
I'm 25.
Oh, you're 25? Okay, cool. So probably a little bit off my generation, but at the same time, where did you grow up?
So I was born in Leytonstone.
Okay.
And then I went to school in Wanstead until like year 7. And then it's a funny story, but like something mad happened in my area. And then my mum was like, no, we need to move from here. I think someone got stabbed or something, but it was quite occurring now.
Yeah.
So then we moved to Essex in Epping Forest.
Oh, yeah.
So I live in the forest now.
Man lives in the forest, yeah? Okay.
But it was perfect because you see with me, all my cars are loud. So I used to rip it around my ends, but I never used to get in trouble.
Okay.
It's only when I used to come into London, I used to keep getting pulled over.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be honest, I don't know how I got so big. I don't know what happened. do you know what it was? If you look at my Instagram, I didn't delete nothing. So it was just me posting my cars. And then slowly my cars got better. And you see with me, I can't keep my car stock.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the car. Like
I couldn't either.
Yeah. You can give me a Lambo.
Yeah.
And
Can't keep it stock.
I can't.
Because someone else could pull up next to you with exactly the same car.
Yeah, that's
exactly the same
That's how I
spec.
thought. I need to have different.
Yeah.
So what happened? I kept posting my cars, and then before I knew it, it blew up.
I feel like you might have been at kind of. Do you see? Like social media got really, really powerful. Maybe it could have even been about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
You might have been right on that curve. You might have been just ahead of the curve, in fact. So when you're kind of posting your modified cars, although as you say, you might not have been putting a lot of effort in, because it's a new thing and not a lot of people are doing it. People are like, right, look at this guy. Is this what he's on? Like, you know what I mean? And like, you know, people kind of probably link to that. When did you get your first car, and what was that?
It was an Audi A3 1.6, and my birthday's in March, and I passed in June.
Okay, cool.
And I failed 3 times. Can you believe it?
You failed 3 times?
Yeah, I passed on the 4th time.
No way. Why? What happened? Tell us.
Oh, speeding twice. Can you believe it?
Speeding? Of course you were.
Speeding. No, but it wasn't my fault, though. You know, it was one of
of course.
I was too eager.
Okay.
You know, I think I had 30 driving lessons. I knew how to drive already, but I was just paying so I could just drive.
Yeah.
And it was cheap as well. He was charging me like £10 an hour.
Oh, right.
It was my dad's mate, so I just kept giving him £10. And then, so one time it was you know when it goes from like 40 to 30?
Got you, yeah.
So I was still doing 40, done it the whole test, failed. Second time, I don't know what I was doing, man. I wasn't looking at the speed.
Yeah.
And then the third time, someone cut me up. And then I broke, but the instructor broke as well.
Oh, he had to override it. He'd done the brakes.
And I'm like, geezer, I had it. I had it. What are you doing?
He panicked.
Yeah, he panics. And then I was like, he cut me up, and and then he failed me. And I goes, how can you fail me though? And then the full time I was 25.
Oh, is that what the marks out? 25?
What's that? No. The next driving. So my 4th time, I didn't go over 25.
Oh, cool. You kept that at 25.
Yeah.
And what happened? They was happy with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Because so I've got a HGV license. Also.
Have you?
Yeah. Because I'm a HGV mechanic by trade, right?
Okay.
So going back to it, I can't remember how old was I when I got my HGV license. I feel like I was 24, maybe. So I've had it about 8 years. So I've had it a long time, right?
Yeah.
So when I was driving, my instructor was always like, just be aware of your speed. He's always like, it's better to go slower than faster.
100%.
And I'm like, all right, cool. I agree with that, right? So when I was on my test, I was doing this. I was going slow, yeah? the instructor told me, and like, bro, I was keeping it at the speed limit.
Yeah.
Like, not like going over, like I was keeping it at the speed limit. My instructor told me to speed up twice, yeah? And and I was like, raw, like, I'm trying to keep it slow and steady, keep it nice. And just before we got back to the test station, because it was done, so I'm from like kind of a northwest/West London.
Okay.
There's a test centre in Yedding, yeah? Which is near Hayes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know that kind of area.
I know Hayes,
near
but
Heathrow kind of sides,
okay,
yeah. And just as we're getting back to there, like I'm down gearing because it's like it's a splitter box which has got 8 gears. So
I just realised I'm fasting. I was about to drink.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I set you up. That was a test. You're fasting, yeah?
I was about to drink. I was thinking, no, I'm not meant to have that.
See, that was a test. You passed the test, bro.
Yeah, I passed that. Yeah, on camera as well.
Yeah, on camera.
You're
a real Muslim, bro. You're a real Muslim guy.
I try to be.
But yeah. So basically, it's a splitter box. So it's got 8 gears.
Yeah.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 split up.
I saw that on Top Gear.
5,
Funny enough, it's half gears, isn't it?
They are. So generally, right, the first 4 gears are more so for when you're loaded, perhaps going up a hill, pulling away up a hill. But like if you're unladen, what you do is you start in 4th. Start in 4th, pull off, split up, straight back into 5th, which is first gear again. Weirdly. So yeah, it works really weird. But anyway, so I'm coming down the box now and I'm going slow because I'm slowing down for a corner. The guy goes, if you do not speed up now, I'm going to fail you. That's what he said to me. I'm like, raw. And you know, you're kind of a bit beggy at these times. I'm like, oh, sorry, man. I'm just trying to, you're trying to explain yourself. Like, and then we got back to the thing and he's like, look, you passed, but you need to speed up. I'm thinking, raw, this guy want me to drift it around. You know what I mean?
He's gonna cause accident.
You know what I mean? But anyway, I got the pass and it went from there. But you see with like a HGV test, and I think they've sharpened it up with a normal car test now. But you see theory. See when I've done theory, I swear there weren't a lot of questions, right?
I think there was 50.
See, I don't even think there was 50 when I done it.
Is it?
How long ago did you get your license?
2013.
I feel like I got mine.
I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I got mine in 2007. I don't know, but I feel like it was 20 questions. I might be wrong. It has a perception, and then
I passed has a perception by fluke. I didn't know about it.
Oh, well, you just went in there.
I went and done the questions, and I was like, yeah, I passed. Then the thing came up, and I was like, wow, what's this? And I just see everyone clicking. I just kept clicking it, and I passed. And I think,
no way.
Yeah.
That's what it is, bro. It's probably one of them ones, isn't it? Like, you can click as much as you want.
You'd think, yeah, someone should have told me that there would have been hazard perception. No one told me. I never knew.
That's because you're paying them £10 car test, bro.
I know.
You know what I mean? You get what you pay for, bro.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, no. So when I done my HGV license, on the what's the one? The theory. There's 100 questions, I think. 100 questions, and then you have to do hazard perception, and then you have to do the test, and then you have to do I think it's a CPC module 4 after that, or 5, which basically means you have to then go and show you know how to load and unstow and safely do all that stuff to the truck, if that makes sense. So there's a lot involved. But I think they tightened up the car test now too. I think they've made it a little bit tighter. Because bare usually is passing it for
everything's
joke.
tighter now.
Yeah. But you know what, hear this also, yeah? So as far as I'm aware, when I was doing my car test, so this was, I think it was back in 2007.
Wow.
It was ages ago.
I was a youth in 2007.
Man was thinking, yeah, exactly. Cars were nothing.
10.
How were you 10?
10, 11,
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. So when I was doing it, I'm sure someone told me that they can't. So when you go to like a test center, they can't pass everyone. So just imagine they got 100 drivers, yeah, that were fucking sick.
40 of them got a fail.
Someone's got to get a fail. Because they can't be seen to be passing everyone. So just imagine the first 50, for example, were wicked. The next 50, even if they're wicked,
doesn't matter.
They better be double wicked because they've got to be seen to be doing their job. Like, you see what I'm saying?
There's money as well. The more people do their test, the more money it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the way I look at it, yeah.
Bro, come on, man. It's a well-oiled machine. They've probably been patterning this up from long time. And also, I know I'm going from subject to subject here, but I kind of feel like about police too. I feel like...
Don't get me started on police.
Bro, let's get started on police, right? But no, look, before we do, I completely understand it's a job at the end of the day. Right?
Yeah.
It's not what job
I'm a boxer, but I don't start punching everyone up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But let's get it right, yeah? There's boxers that will punch man up.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah?
It's true, yeah.
It's good and bad in everything.
I try not to tell people.
What, about that you're a boxer?
Yeah, people try like sizing up to me.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But with police, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how I think, yeah? Now, if you're a policeman and you go out and you're a really nice policeman and, you know, you see something going on that's not terribly bad, that could be dealt with by means of just a talking to, yeah? But you do that all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
And you go back to the station and they're going to look at it and say, bro, like, you haven't had no arrests. You ain't had given out no warnings. You've given no fines. You've been here for X. You need to start doing some more arresting. Like, you know what I mean? You need to tighten up. Do you know what I mean? So it might be pressure from above that makes these guys become these animals because they're just trying to follow guidelines.
But then you should explain that to me then.
Yeah.
And say, look, I'll get pressure if I'm here. This is why I'm doing it. Don't start coming up to me some aggy one.
They do.
But do you know what it is though? Everyone that comes up to me is normally aggy, like 80%.
What, police?
Yeah, and then people think I have an agenda against them. I don't have it. Do you know what it is? I've got family members that are police officers. Like I know a few people in the car scene that are police officers.
Yeah.
They're doing burnouts.
Yeah.
So when
human, innit?
Human. So now that you see me doing something, I mean, like it's just.
So what do you think that is though? Like police are just like. So are you usually doing a madness or are they just harassing?
We always do a bit of madness. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel that that's already got their back up before they come, or is it the way
I
when
feel
they
like
approach?
The cars don't help.
Okay. They don't like to see you in the cars, or?
I don't think so, man.
I believe that.
I feel because, like, for instance, like I had the orange M3. Straight away, he's not gonna like me.
Man had the orange M3.
Yeah. I feel like straight away, everyone's already looking at me.
Yeah.
So as soon as I do anything, that's it. They're gonna pull me.
They pull up, and listen, I don't want to bring race too much into it, yeah. But I'll be real with you. I've had some experiences, and
I've had a few experiences,
I'll tell you, yeah. But right, so like, you might have a policeman, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I know their job's not easy. It's hard, like, you know, because like you might get people who are cool and calm with them, then you got dickheads, bro. There's dickheads out there, yeah. And just imagine a dickhead who really hates police, and then you're a nice policeman, you approach them, and they've already got this stigma. They're just going to be a dickhead, like
100%, yeah.
But like I feel like, you know, you might have a policeman that's aggy, he's had a shit day, or has a shit day every day. He's rocked up, he's not in the best wage. He sees a young coloured fella chilling in a whip that perhaps he might not be able to afford.
I work like a dog though. It's not like I don't work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But they don't know. They assume that, I don't know, you're doing something wrong to obtain these kind of cars or whatever. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I just feel like they've already judged you and stereotyped you before they even, you know what I mean? As soon as they see you in that whip.
That plate doesn't help either.
What's your plate again?
No, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. So that's when I think started paying attention. I was like, rah, this guy, you've had that for a long time, innit? It's like N444W.
My mum bought me that for my 18th, funny
No
enough.
way.
Yeah, she's like, what do you want? I was like, a number plate. And she goes, I'll find one. And I found that one. And she goes, are you sure?
Really?
And I go, yeah, mum was right. I think it was like 300 quid.
Yeah, they're the best ones, bro. I've had number plates like that, cheap and cheerful, man.
Yeah.
But so with police, and especially back in the day, so my third car was a diesel Mini. I know people are gonna hate me for this, right? But I had two modified cars before that. I got sick of having to repair them all the time.
Yeah.
And like, because they were older ones.
I felt like that with my Scirocco.
Yeah, but mine were older. I had an RS Turbo for my first car, and then I had a Peugeot 205 GTI.
They worth a lot of money now.
They are now, yeah. And mine had an engine swap in it too, right?
No, you messed up. Should have kept that.
Yeah, do you know what?
How are you supposed to know?
You never know.
My uncle had a Skyline and he sold it for 30 grand.
Yeah.
R34.
No way.
Yeah.
See, these are the things we don't know.
Yeah.
If we could read the future, we'd hold on to these things.
I know.
But and then I was just tired. I was just tired of having to, you know, repair them all the time and this, that, the other. And I was always one of those people who would dip in and out the scene. I'd do it for a bit, it would cost me too much, or get on my nerves, I'd dip out to a normal car or whatever. So I bought it on finance too, it's a diesel Mini. And the reason I bought the diesel Mini is because my foreman at the time, remember I'm a HGV mechanic?
Yeah.
My foreman at the time was like, look, you get a diesel car, basically we were tapping the trucks, innit? So we were nicking the diesel out the trucks. Yeah. So bro, for like 6 months I never paid.
Free.
Yeah, all free. It made sense. Like, you know what I mean? He gave me a full tank every 2 weeks. The thing burnt no fuel. Had like fucking 70 brake horsepower.
You're loving life.
I'd just go anywhere for free. I was pissed when I had to pay for fuel. You see me? And so I used to cruise around, and like when I was like, I think I was about 19. And I'm not the biggest guy, like height wise or whatever. So I'm cruising
if you're not
around.
the biggest, I'm even smaller.
That's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. And I used to cruise around with my pals and that. And these times we were just cruising for the sake of cruising. We just like to be out and about, to see who's about. Now I was with my other boy. Shout out Jamal. I don't know if he watches this, but anyway, one time.
He better be.
Yeah, he better be watching this.
The team, Jamal.
Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, I know he watches my car show because he lives up north now. He's moved out the end, but he's one of my boys from back in the day. And we was cruising through Harrow Wealdstone. So I'm from Harrow. So Harrow Wealdstone's kind of the other side of Harrow from where I am anyway. And I'm cruising and police stopped us, yeah? For no reason. Literally no reason. We were just cruising. They pulled us over. And these two police, white fellas, And they was like, all right, we know you guys have got drugs. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what? Like, I'm like these times, like, I think my boy Jamal, I think he smoked weed. Like me, I didn't. Like, you know, didn't have any weed on him, wasn't selling drugs, weren't about that. We both working lads. Like, you know what I mean? Diesel mechanic, like, you know what I mean? I'd bought that car through my hard work. And it was like, we know you ain't, like, we know, like, the way you're affording this car is, like, we know you're selling drugs, we know. And to the point, they were stripped down my whole car.
Happened to me.
And they were like, we know you've got drugs on you. And they're like, we're going to probably take you down to the police station for a strip search unless you show us. Bro, we didn't have no drugs on us.
Yeah.
Or nothing,
So they think you're lying.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my car didn't smell of weed. Like, no one's smoking in my car. That was my pride and joy. Like, it was nothing like that. Anyway, I used to love my car, and I used to have, like a lot of people do, I used to have a little, like, kind of a detailing pack in the back. So I would have, like, my window cleaner, little quick detailer, whatever. And I remember I had a big sub in the back too, my amp and all that, And they checked the whole car over. I got back in my car, and they eventually let us go. And then I got home, and what I realised he'd done, one of the policemen, he'd undone I had a big bottle of window cleaner, he'd undone it.
Oh, and it spilled?
No, just dashed the whole thing back in the back on my amp and everything. And I'm like, when I got home, I was like, rah.
You bastard.
Do you know what I mean? And that was in a situation where, bro, we was just innocent kids.
Yeah.
We would, like, you know, I'm not saying that wouldn't happen to a white man or a guy of any colour, creed or whatever, but in that situation, I felt like we were racially profiled,
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we weren't rude to them or anything. There was spitefulness involved too, because that bottle didn't undo itself. And I know because it was
It's
tight.
your car,
do you know what I mean? I knew when I got home, I was like,
why are you going to wet your own amp?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I knew, and I was like, and that just hit home. And there was just the kind of little battles that we've been up against in life.
I've got a similar story
you know
to that. So basically, I was coming back from boxing. I was at 17 in my A3. And obviously, I drink protein powders and they're brown, this and that. So I've got pulled over. And bear in mind, it's middle of the summer. I've only got shorts on. I ain't got a top on. Coming back from gym. I'm with my little brother as well. He was like, I was 17, so he must have been like 14, 15.
Okay.
Got pulled over. And the same thing. Like, what's your car? I'm not going to lie, my dad paid for my first car.
Okay, that's cool.
And at the time, it looked better than what it was because I modified it. Do you understand? Like, I put the black roof, I put the black wheels, I put the mirror caps in black.
Yeah.
I put amp in the back as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how I used to do it, you know. My cousin's got one. It gives me a headache now. I don't know how I used to.
Do you know what, bro, I think car stereos, and now they just come out the factory with decent enough stereos, so you don't have to upgrade them.
So anyway, he's pulled me over, and straight away, drug dealer cuffed me. Cuffed my brother as well, which you can't be doing that. He's an infant. Searched him. Bear in mind, he's 14. You can't search a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
At this time, I didn't know my rights, so I should.
They cuffed you before even.
Yeah, immediately.
Why did they think he was going to do a runner or something?
I was only 1.6. What am I going to run away in?
No, but as in a physical on-foot runner.
Well, they should have clocked that I was the next road from my house. So where am I going to run to? My house? Do you know what I mean? So got pulled over, and there's protein powder, and it's brown. So obviously, it's chocolate flavour. Goes, what's this? I goes, protein powder. He goes, looks like heroin to me. I'm like,
man said heroin,
yeah.
And he's in the shaker and that.
And I goes, what? Heroin's brown? I didn't know.
Mm.
And it was like, yeah, it's brown. And I goes, okay, like you can do a test on it.
Mm.
Yeah, we will do. I goes, please do it, innit? By this time, I'm cuffed, and my mom's calling me because it's out of character. Obviously, I'm still 17. It's one of those ages where you're not an adult, but you are.
Of course.
So she's normally I should have been home by like 6ish. I normally finish gym at like 5. It's like 7 now, and I'm not home. And my mum was really scared of me getting a car because you see, I used to drive back home in Pakistan.
Okay. When
I was like 12, man, you can drive back there. What you do? Yeah, you get pulled over.
Man, just driving back. Really?
Yeah, you get pulled over. You just give the police officer money.
What? So you could be 12. Feds come up to you, and you just drop them a little.
My cousin is, I think, last time I went to Pakistan was, I think, 2013 or 14. It's been a while. And my cousin rides to school on his motorbike. He's only like he was like 10, 11.
That's right.
And so, yeah. So my mum's ready to see me drive back home, and she goes, oh, no, this guy's going to be a problem.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So anyway, come back to, yeah, they've cuffed me and this and that. And I said, like, we're detaining you, this and that. And, like, they stripped my whole car out. Same with the thing, the amp, I saw him just chuck it out. And I'm like, like, do you know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of money back then. So that was like, I think it was like £100. So that's a lot of money to me at the time. They broke that. They've taken out my spare wheel. They've taken out all the carpets. Do you understand? So like now my car looks like a Cat D. I couldn't put the carpets back. It was never the same.
No way.
And everything, stripped everything. my boxing bag, the protein powders, everything was all outside. Said, oh, you can go now. They left everything out.
Yeah.
And that was kind of, I wouldn't say I hate police. I'd rather not be near them.
Yeah, 100%.
I get like I'll have like a phobia with them.
Yeah, oh, bro, like.
You see when they pull up next to me, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like I have something to hide, but.
Bro,
Yeah,
No,
I don't have nothing to hide.
I feel that. And look, do you know what? I don't even like, because look, I'm half white, half black. Yeah. So what a lot of people don't know, and it's quite weird for people to fathom who don't know, is half of my family is white.
So you feel white? You feel white? But your skin color isn't white?
Yeah, well, the family that I'm closest to or have grown up with, they're all white. So I'm around them. And then
I feel that, because you see, I grew up in Essex, so everyone around, all my friends are white.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one
okay.
that is getting these issues.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had the nicest car, so it was like maybe I was trying to justify it. Yeah. But then as the cars have got better, it's got worse. Like me and Cam, we were chilling the other day. So basically, there's a company that he started, it's USBs. So you know, in Audis and that, you can put the USBs in. Make sure you plug this.
Okay, plug it now.
You can get music videos on USBs.
Okay.
And they've made new custom ones now.
Oh, sick.
So anyway, Cam was like, so a lot of people like to meet me, so I don't mind. If you want to meet me, then we'll have a chat. So a few people said, oh, like, can you bring Daniel? I was like, yeah, I'll come. So anyway, we're waiting in Tesco car park or something, and a police officer's come up to me and he's banged my window hard. And that's triggered me, because, mate, do you know what it is? I'm not even being big-headed here. I spent a lot of money on this car. Like, please don't be banging my window like that.
Yeah.
And straight away, I've got the video on my phone. I'll show you after. Or if you want to include it, more than welcome.
Yeah.
And he was being aggy, man. He was like putting his gloves on, trying to search me. I'm thinking, oh no, is this happening again?
Yeah.
And by this stage, I'm not a youth no more. I'm 25 years old. I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, we're just doing these USBs. He goes, what do you mean? That because your mind can't comprehend what we're doing.
Yeah.
That I don't have
it seems like you're doing something wrong. You can't be there doing the USBs, because what people do in this kind of place is they do drug deals and things.
Yeah, he was like, oh, someone got stabbed the other day. I goes, okay, use your head logically. And because I started speaking to him, not like he was a dickhead, like I was trying to speak to him logically. Yeah. So I was like, listen, I'm in an RS3, yeah? Am I going to be here right now if I had anything to... Are you going to catch me in your fear or wherever it was? Like, use your head. And then, he was just... I watched the video. He was so aggy.
Man, do you know what I feel, right? And it's a very tricky one, because I feel like, sometimes... So you might have been in that situation. You weren't doing anything. But then there's certain men in those situations who are doing shit
100%.
More time. So it's hard for them to differentiate. But it all comes down to training, I think, and they've got to be able to work out what's wrong.
He was an undie. So he must have had some sort of advanced training to be an undercover, no?
Okay.
I don't like their approach, man. Yeah. Like, do you know it's like innocent until proven guilty. It's like I'm already guilty.
It's good. Yeah, no. With them, it's guilty till proven innocent.
Yeah.
But look, police. We need police. Yeah, we need because we don't want people open our door and burgling our houses. Like, you know what I mean? So we need them, but just in certain circumstances, they can really approach it wrong. And also going back to it, I've been quite blessed, because although half of my family's white, half of it is black, so I've grown up multicultural, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same with my school in Harrow is a very multicultural place, you know what I mean? So, bro, I've got friends of all different creeds, races, and religions, yeah? And do you know what? I would never have it any other way, because you know what?
I agree, yeah.
I am now, my eyes are open to the world, people's different ways of working, people's different religions, like, you know what I mean? I respect it, because I've been around it, and a lot of what people do is they're afraid of the unknown. So if you grow up in a small village that has never really been around a black person,
so you see a black person and you think, oh no,
or of any different, like, it could even be Polish, you've only heard stuff, so instantly
you're only hearing the stereotypical thing. So no offense, like, black people to say shoots and guns, packies, they bomb, like, it's not,
they've
that's not the case.
Got that in their head, and it's hard. Do you know, it's human nature. We're scared of the unknown. But I mean, I just like the fact that I've grown up around who I've grown around. But there's definitely been times in my life where I've walked into shops or I've walked into places
and I feel
the eyes,
you
know what I mean, and I almost feel like, all right, don't pick that up and walk around, or make sure it's in clear sight when you're walking around, like, you pick up a drink or something, you're walking around a shop, all right, cool, make sure they can see it and it don't look like that you're putting it in your pocket. You're doing all these things to just show you're not
I felt
thieving.
That when I was in Belgium. So basically, you see on Top Gear, I'm a big fan of Top Gear. I'm still upset that they stopped it.
Bro, I need to speak to you about this. After you told me this story, we're speaking about something.
Okay. So anyway, No, you might as well say that. Then we can go into another thing.
All right, cool. So we're going from mad subject to subject, yeah? All right, we'll leave the race thing there. But at the end of the day, I'll leave it on this, yeah? I know police are doing a job. I don't feel like I'm racially profiled so much anymore. And I feel like I get a lot of respect in that respect. But I definitely still feel there's big issues out there that need to be addressed. So moving on to Top Gear, yeah? So I'm a big fan. And always, I think we all have grown up with Top Gear. And I've loved Top Gear.
I genuinely thought, I'm going to be a boxer and I'm going to drive the reasonably priced car. And then when
Really? Did you think that?
I
like,
honestly thought, I was thinking, I can do this. Like, I can do that. I was so determined to get on there. And then Jamie Carson punched that guy and I was like, oh no, it all blew up in smoke.
You know what?
I was ready to go on that show.
I was ready for it. Bro, I'm telling you, if you see it, you can hold it, bro. I'm telling you. So, yeah, no, it's a shame, man. It's a shame. But
that's a good idea for you, though.
What, getting on the show?
Get a track in and get people to... That'd be a good idea for you.
Do you know what? That kind of shit is hard to do. But you know what? When there's a will, there's a way.
100%.
And if everyone keeps subscribing...
And
we're going to do... Yeah.
If anyone's got a racetrack for him...
If you've got a racetrack, come see me. We'll make it pop. Yeah?
And I want to be the first person on there.
And we're getting Daniel on first. And so basically...
What car would you choose?
What for what?
Everyone's got to drive the same
everyone's
car.
got to drive a reasonably priced car.
Go
You put me
far.
on the spot. Nah, because they drive themselves, man.
Yeah, I know, but last thing you want is someone stacking it.
Nah, you do. Think of the views, bro.
Yeah, true.
Think of the views. Nah, all right, cool. So what's a modern day car that... It'd have to be something like a... I don't want to be boring, man. It'd have to be a Ford, I don't know, Focus or something, wouldn't it?
No, but it's too slow, though.
Oh, well, you want to put people down to a challenge? You
I
want to
don't
make
know.
them...
Not a Focus, though. I don't want to see a Focus.
I don't know. What kind of were you talking more power?
No, not too much power. Maybe like a Club Sport S.
All right, cool. That would be the perfect car.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be perfect, actually. A Club Sport, that's almost too perfect. But I feel like that's not a reasonably priced car.
It is now, though.
Nah.
Everyone's got a nice car now, though. Do you not think? It's not like how it used to be back in the day. Like, a Lambo back in the day used to be prestigious. Now I feel like everyone just got a Lambo.
Do you know what the thing is? You're right.
Or maybe it's Instagram.
Do you know what? You're very right. But I think there's different levels. And I think
financing now.
There's circles, too. Because we move in certain circles.
You only see that circle.
Nice cars. We only see that. You know what I mean? If we was in different circles. But going back to people having nice cars now, you're right, because I think I heard a poll, or not a poll, or some statistic, that 87% of the UK's cars are financed. That is pretty much everyone you look at, their whip is on finance.
But it makes financial sense, though.
Makes financial sense. It really does make clever sense. So going back to it, right? All right, cool. Club Sport S would probably be the best car to go around there, I think.
Never driven one, though, funny enough.
Neither have I.
I get into go fars and think, I might as well go far. But everyone raves about a Club Sport S.
Yeah, they're sick. Well, hear this. What I have, my Cupra, is basically a Club Sport S. Same power, no more power. How much? Club Sport S got 300?
I think it's like 280. No?
280. Mine's got 290. Did have 290.
Yeah.
500 now. Front wheel drive, same chassis. You know what I mean? It's the same car pretty much with a Seat badge.
Has it got LSD though?
EDIF, yeah.
Yours got LSD?
Yeah, EDIF.
Yeah, lovely.
But and it works quite well actually. Now with 500 brake, I'm not putting the power down. But it ain't ripping the thing out my hand. Do you see what I'm saying? But going back to Top Gear now, I want your opinion on this, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so Top Gear done, and then went over to the Grand Tour. Didn't really have the same feel. It's weird. Didn't have the same feel. It was okay,
It was more professional, wasn't it? But the thing is, you see with the BBC, it was more staged.
Yeah.
Do you not think? So for example...
It gets a bit fake sometimes.
Yeah. Whereas I think the Grand Tour, they were more free to do what they want. So for example, I can't remember what episode it was, but it was like, they went to go catch a fish or something. And they didn't actually catch it. And it's like, look, we just bought this one. But if that was the BBC, they would have made it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand?
All right, cool, yeah. So before I tell you that question, do you know what used to fucking kill me and annoy me? But this is normal Top Gear, BBC, yeah? You see when they have those mad races, it might be a skier versus a fucking, I don't know, what's a four-wheel drive fast car? Let's say, I don't know, the new Audi RS6 driving it down a mountain, yeah? And you'd have bits where the ski man would jump over the fucking car.
I know you're talking about the RS4 and
maybe I can't remember.
And the guy that was parachuting
maybe.
Down. Yeah.
But did you see they do them kind of ones, yeah? And it's like, it's almost every time.
Why is it so close every time?
It's so close.
Yeah.
But it's to build suspense, innit?
Yeah.
But then it takes away the reality of it. Like, and do you know, like, it's literally those points where they're both in the same shot. For instance, like the skier jumps over the car as it drives by.
Yeah.
That never fucking happened. To get that right, do you know what I mean?
It's got to be staged.
It's got to be staged.
Yeah.
But going to it now, yeah, the new Top Gear, bro, I can't fuck with it. I don't watch it.
I don't watch it.
Do you know why? I feel offended, yeah? And let me know at home if people feel the same. And let me know if you feel the same, yeah? I feel offended that I'm meant to listen to a cricket player who has no connection to cars, yeah?
Yeah.
And Paddy McGuinness, yeah, to tell me about whips.
I don't even know who they are. I know Chris Harris.
Man, don't even, exactly.
I
We
know-
know Chris
yeah.
Harris. I rate Chris
I
Harris.
used to watch his channel, yeah.
Exactly.
I prefer his channel to Top Gear.
Do you?
Yeah, I'd rather watch his channel.
I feel like he's been put in a weird place with those guys because he doesn't really fit in. He's the only one who knows about cars. The other two are probably told all the facts and figures.
But it's more of a personality. They're trying
They're
to
a
sell the
personality.
personality rather than...
That don't run for me, bro. I want to get my
I
car
know, but
info
like,
from
we're
someone
the
who knows
select
about
few
cars.
that care though. The whole generation, they're like that Paddy guy, innit? They don't really know.
I don't know though, bro. I lost the connection with it, man.
As soon as Jeremy Clarkson that went, I wasn't really interested.
Nah. I feel like, you know, if you're gonna be on the world's biggest car show and talk cars,
You need to be an enthusiast.
you need to, bro.
Yeah.
I need to see that CV. That portfolio needs to have fucking car, this, that, the other. Do you know what I mean? Not cricket, comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I get what they're trying to do, but for me, that dynamic doesn't work. Don't get me wrong. I know they've made it kind of work. And Top Gear is such a show that it appeals to everyone. It's got to appeal to everyone, not just the hard kind of car nuts like us, yeah?
Yeah.
But still, I lost the respect for it when they tried get Paddy McGuinness to tell me about a whip. You know what I mean?
Who was the ginger guy that was on it? He was terrible.
Chris Evans.
He was terrible.
Now, look, I think it was Chris Evans. I'll probably get credit. I think
he was a DJ.
Radio 1 DJ or something like that. Now, look, I would rather listen to him, although he's a bit of a knob, yeah? I would rather listen to him because he knows cars. He's got a very
collection.
biased car guy.
Yeah.
So if, you know what I mean, if he don't like it, it's shit. Or that's the vibe that I got of him. But still, man knows his way around the car.
You know what I used to like as well? You see like Jeremy Clarkson and that? They didn't really watch what they said.
No.
Now they watch what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to Top Gear. So anyway, I've always watched it and I drove my GTR from London through France, through Belgium, to Holland, to Amsterdam. And I just wish I recorded it.
That's the dream. That's that right.
But I'm glad I've done it because I
record.
always wanted to drive my own supercar
I've never done
across Europe. Oh, sick.
I've never done it.
But Belgium's very racist.
I've heard Italy is too.
I didn't make it to Italy. But
I didn't make it that far.
the police are really bad there, apparently. Yeah. My friend, he was driving, had an accident. And again, I'll show you after. Had an accident and they took his car off him.
Really?
And they sold it at auction. They didn't even give it back to him.
Why? Because they thought he was doing something wrong?
They done him for street racing.
Was it street racing?
You got a
He was
fast
street racing,
car.
yeah.
You got a fast car, so you argued me blow it in the last lane. So anyway, he went with an Aventador and he went with an M3 or M4 coupe. And so M3 coupe. No, M4 coupe, sorry.
M4, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna get slated, so I had to correct myself there. And I think the Aventador was like 3-4 miles behind, and they tried taking that as well. Because you know, in Italy, if they take a car off you for that, they seize it. That's actually their property now, and then they auction it off. So can you imagine? Yeah, he was trying to do lawsuits against it, like trying to get his car back, this and that, and they sold it, and then
They actually sold it.
yeah, and someone in the UK bought his car. And was asking for the paperwork and shit, and then he just ended up giving it because it is what it is. But he took like a 30-40 grand loss. And it's annoying because I think it had big turbo in it had wing backs in it.
Oh man.
And he's sick though. He went and bought the exact same car with a better spec.
Jesus. Right for some, innit?
Yeah.
Nah, that's mad.
That's on at Infinite Performance if you want to follow him.
Was it who was his name?
On, you know Infinite Performance in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's my good friend. I met him because we both had RS3s.
Oh, interesting.
That's how I meet a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Because I see a DMO in a C63. I met DMO when he didn't have a DMO plate. It was,
No way.
yeah.
What did he have? The C63 there?
He had the C63. He just got it, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
And then he was going to his gumball meets, and then Elim used to go.
Okay.
Yanni from Yanimars used to always go.
Okay.
Who else was there? There was a
That was the people back then, innit?
Bav, you know Bav? BHP?
Nah.
His Instagram was Gumball57.
No. I probably know it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the scene back then. Like Lenny the Geezer. Lenny
Yes,
Urban.
yeah. Them man were those guys from like that era.
Yeah.
Some of them are still here, some of them ain't so much, kind of, you know?
Everyone just got older, innit?
Yeah, of course.
And then
of course.
it became, it's not really fun no more. Now it's business.
Yeah.
We're at the age where it's business now more than fun.
Yeah, it's weird that.
Like car meets and that. I go, but it's not as much.
Do you know what with me? So this year I've made last year I made a promise to myself that this year I would go to a lot more events.
Yeah.
Like car meets if I can, but you know, that, as I say, before we started this, bro, you was like, how are you? I'm like, busy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't make it to lots of car meets, but what I do want to do is make it to a lot of events. So as much as possible, show face and just see what the culture's saying, you know what I mean? But it still looks like COVID really hasn't left us in the way.
I feel like the culture's different now. Before it was bringing your car, now it's competition.
You feel
what I mean? Yeah, before everyone used to have fun. Now it's like, who's got the fastest car? Or if you've got a Lambo, it's slow because it's not twin turbo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? It's like anything. The bar always gets raised, and everyone's looking for that next new thing. We're always looking for the faster thing. What's your thoughts on the car scene right now? Like, as in, do you feel like it's divided?
I feel it like
because of that. Like, as in,
like for instance,
there's a lot of feuds?
There's certain meets here where you can't turn up because you ain't got a supercar or you ain't got this and you ain't got that. That's not how it should be.
No,
because I never had a nice car at the beginning. I had a nice car, but it wasn't a performance car. So why shouldn't I be able to go because I ain't got that sort of... Do you know what I mean? I don't want to start adding... Because I know exactly what groups it is, but I don't want to start doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
you're welcome to your opinion on it.
Yeah,
like, you know
but
it
ends up...
Yeah, the thing is, you're welcome to your opinion.
Yeah.
You don't have to start at them.
Yeah.
So
it's like, you can't go to this meet because you ain't got less than 500 brake. But it's not easy to get 500 brake horsepower. Yeah. I disagree with that.
Do you know what? I mean, I get it. That could, in a sense, divide it a little bit. Well, it could divide it, you know, because it's us and them, isn't it? But I don't know, man. I feel like, so the reason I ask that is because obviously we got a D-Max event coming up, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't no form of a promotion.
What do you think about it?
So I thought we'd just discuss it because, do you see when everything happened between Ricky and DMO?
Yeah.
I think it was a stain on the car scene. It should never happen.
See,
because that's
I like both
about.
of them, so it's...
This is the thing.
I wasn't one... I see a lot of people that would like Ricky, but then would go against him. I see a lot of people that like DMO, but then go against him. But like...
Yeah, exactly.
It's two-faced.
Yeah, 100%. I think people are just onto who's hot right now.
And then what happens? People try and draw you out, or what do you think? And I was like, but I don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
I like both of them.
Bro, just imagine me.
Yeah.
Me, Ricky and DMO are basically at the same level-ish, and all do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when them two got beef, everyone's like, to me, what side you on?
I'm
on no one's side.
I'm not choosing a side,
I don't rate what happened from neither of them.
It shouldn't have happened.
Should never have happened. But the thing is, what you get then is obviously, like, they both dealt with it different ways or whatever. And it's passed and it's gone now. Like, you know, it's moved on. But although it will kind of always...
Petty,
it will always kind of be there. And it's always...
Do you know what my point of view was? I don't think it was them two. It was their people and their people.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand?
What happens? It's pressure.
And then what happens? Because these two at the top, their name... Like, a lot of people try using their name, do you understand? To get clout. So like the RK, I feel like he was trying to use clout.
Yeah.
But who is he?
Yeah,
Nobody.
He's
so
not
he's
from
trying to
our
use
scene.
Ricky to build that.
You know, and I feel like when that happened, I was like, because it stemmed off, you know, like street racing or calling each other out.
Yeah.
So going back to D-Max, when like he kind of said that, you know, we're gonna be like getting people to verse each other. I kind of thought like this is my initial. I don't even think I've told DMO, but my initial opinion on it was like, or my initial thoughts were, that's probably gonna cause more divides. Yeah? That's what I thought.
I feel like it's got better now though.
But then I thought, but no, actually, by seeing that, you know, we can do it, and if it goes to plan, and every man is shaking each other's hands after. And we're taking, whoever takes the W, takes the L, takes the L, yeah? But if we can shake each other's hands at the end and say, you know what, we had a good day and this is what we love, yeah? Then in a way, we're all together in it, because think how many people and personalities are going to be there, tuning companies or whatever.
Yeah.
All there,
It
bouncing
makes
off each other. Don't know each other. The only way they might have heard of each other is through social media. And what you get sometimes is you might, for instance, get someone from one tuning company shouting out, yeah, my tuning company's better than that company because I beat him in a race.
Yeah.
So then it automatically looks like a tuning company might be sending messages to the people's whose car they have tuned to shout that they're the best from this side.
Yeah.
And then likewise on another, but it's not, it's just
business,
people.
Yeah.
Well, but it's just it's the customers. We're all the pride saying now my car's better than yours, where it might not be coming from the tuning companies. So tuning companies get weird perspectives of each other.
Yeah.
When it's not really that. You know, so much can get misconstrued through social media. But if people are all in one place and they say, oh, do you know what? This guy's actually a cool guy. I sat down, I've never spoken to him before.
Yeah.
He's a fucking cool guy. And you know what? We're going to do some projects together after. So I think when you verse people against each other, there's automatic rivalry.
Yeah.
But I hope that it can be implemented this time in a way that it brings the culture together. Because I'm
100%.
all for that. Bro.
I feel like if someone has a disagreement and there's going to be a fight, you might as well make a boxing fight and then at least
that would
do
be
you know
joke.
what I mean?
That would be joke. Yeah.
Like imagine Dima versus Ricky in the ring. It'd be
That'd be crazy.
It will sell better tickets.
That would sell a lot of tickets, but I don't think any of them. I don't know. You know what? Right?
You're gonna fight anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well get paid for it. That's the way I look at it.
Man's got the business mind.
Yeah.
I feel that for me, yeah, I'm very much in a place where I just want people to get on. I know it's never gonna happen, like to an extent that I'd want it to. But in the car scene, I feel like, bro, look, we all have a fucking passion, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy it, man. There's so much politics in life.
100%. At least let the cars just
This
be
is our hobby.
Yeah.
This is our escape. Why we gotta do fucking politics here?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like let's just enjoy it.
You're hitting the nail. That's what cars is. Cars is a hobby to me. Like I enjoy cars. Like you see, like a lot of people, like for instance in the boxing mode, they think I don't take boxing seriously because I'm always posting cars, but it's just my release point. At least I don't go, like, for instance, clubbing. It's like, do you want me to go clubbing or drive my car about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But because I always post my car, this and that, it's just natural to me to show my... It's not like I'm showing off. It's just like, at the beginning, I used to just post it. It was more like a portfolio for me.
Yeah.
And then before I knew it, I got really bait by accident. And then a few people started saying to me, use hashtags, this and that. I was like, what's hashtags? So I started using hashtags, and then again, that just blew it up. And then... Because my cars were really Larry, people thought I was like a dickhead.
Yeah.
So then they would meet me and be like,
get judged off your cars, perhaps.
And people are like, oh, wow, you're actually quite nice. And I'm thinking, bro, I'm just like you.
We're human.
Yeah.
But this is going back to it. Social media, things get misconstrued.
Yeah.
Because, bro, look. All right, we've got this podcast here. So we're sitting down, we're chilling, we're talking.
Yeah.
We don't have time to do this in our day-to-day.
I don't know.
So people can only take what they see in these short clips of you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a nice space to be able to sit down and talk. And what you'll find is, don't get me wrong, there's dickheads in this world. But a lot of shit gets misconstrued.
It does,
You know what I mean?
On purpose sometimes as well.
Yeah, of course. There's sabotage. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be haters. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's a little bit of a weird one. But, bro, you've mentioned boxing quite a few times. And that's what you are, right?
Yeah.
You're a boxer.
I forget sometimes.
You've been doing it for years, yeah?
Since I was 8, yeah.
Since you were 8?
Yeah.
Tell us about that, man.
So... I always wanted to be a footballer.
Okay.
I wanted to play for Man U. That's who I support. And so I used to play football, and it was one of them where I wasn't really good, man. I had 2 left feet. And you see with me, if I'm going to do something, I want to be the best. Like if I want to have an M3, I want to have the best M3. If I want to be a boxer, I want to be the best boxer. If I'm going to make food, I want to make sure. Do you know what I mean? It's just who I am. It's not like I'm in competition with myself.
Got you. That's not a bad thing.
I was a little bit chubby when I was a kid, so my mum was like, yeah, do boxing, this and that.
Oh, it was your mum's idea?
Yeah.
It's right, but like, don't get me wrong, there's an aggressive side to boxing, but it's also an amazing way to keep fit, right?
Yeah. Like, you don't train for a month and you're so unfit, but then you're fitter than the average person.
Yeah.
But as an athlete, it's brutal. Okay. Like, it's funny, I broke my hand twice, never in boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I broke it on the punch machine in the...
the fun fairs, isn't it?
Yeah, I missed it.
Missing?
Yeah, I missed it and then punched the metal thing.
Ooh.
And what was the other time? I got into a street fight when I was a kid and someone hit my hand with a bat. I think it was on purpose, you know.
Oh, so what, have you been quite well-known for being a boxer for a while?
Do you know what it was? So basically, you might not look it, but I'm quite business-minded. So... I started getting bait and I was like, okay, safe. I can use my cars as a marketing tool for my boxing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I used to sell a lot of my tickets. So basically when you're like not fighting for a title, you fight journeyman. And basically what it does, it eases you from the amateurs to professional because it's brutal.
So just for people who might not be kind of aware of what a journeyman is, that's basically someone who's just been in the scene for ages, just gets beat up by everyone.
It's not the case because you see these journeymen, you have to remember that they have a lot of fights, so they're very well seasoned. They actually can hurt you as well at the same time. There's people that are prospects and they lose to journeyman. And because they have this...
And can that ruin a prospect?
Yeah.
It's like you just got beat by someone who's kind of looked down on.
So basically, it's one of them where it's a benchmark. You should beat him. But it's not always the case because everyone has a punch. So if you get punched in the wrong place, you're going to get knocked down.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you fight a journeyman and then what happens? You ease yourself in because the gloves are different. So that you go from like, I think, 10 ounce to 8 ounce.
Okay. What, when you fight a journeyman?
No, so in the amateurs, it's like the gloves are like that.
Okay.
And they're very padded. And then when you turn professional, it goes from that to like that.
Oh, and then your head guards come off.
The head guards come off. Do you understand?
So punches hurt more.
Yeah, it does hurt.
Feel it a lot
more. It does hurt. Yeah, it's more of like a. You see, when you get punched in the amateur, it's more of a like that. But
it's like you feel there's a bit of a cushion before it bangs you.
But when you get hit in that, I remember when I got hit first time as a professional. I was like, wow.
Oh really?
Yeah. He hit me, and I was like, yeah, this ain't a joke.
Oh wow.
And then it was funny because I was like, yeah. I used to be guilty of not going for my runs, missing runs, this and that. I still won all my fights, but I think it was in my like second or third fight, he hit me clean. And I was like, yeah, I need to start running properly now. Do you know what I mean? I need to start taking it seriously. So yeah, I started when I was 8 and done it for, not really as a joke, but just done it to keep fit into it like I was 11, 12. And then everyone in the gym is fighting. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to do it, I might as well at least fight. So then I was doing football, doing boxing. Then it came to a stage where it was too much to do both of them.
Okay.
And you see, like, in class, my mum used to always shout at me. I used to be, especially ICT, I got a U in ICT because what used to happen...
ICT? Was it ICT? Oh, that was the computers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used
to U, man got the ungradable, yeah?
I used to always be an auto trader.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to use that time to go and auto trader. And then what happened? Yeah, I got the whole class on auto trader at a certain point. So, and then my teacher didn't like me and I was like, okay, I'm not coming to your exams, this and that. But I passed all my GCSEs, but that one I done bad.
Bro, I could spell fudge with my results, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even spell fudge.
I don't know it. I don't know.
Man, I can spell fudge with my results, but I can't spell fudge.
Yeah.
Boy.
And then I got to like 15, 16 and it became a choice where I never had intention of getting a 9 to 5 because it's like I used to look at it, 30, 40 grand. I can't buy a Lambo. Do you know what I mean? That was my...
You had them sights set.
Yeah, from a kid. And then obviously my mum and dad always had nice cars when I was growing up. And my dad didn't really go to school. My mum did. My mum went uni and this and that. But I see it from both ends where I know my cousins, for example, he's got a PhD and he's got this and he's got that and he's just got a normal job. So what was the point of all that education?
Yeah.
So I was just thinking that I'd rather be a businessman than I would never work for someone personally. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong.
No, there's not. But each to their own.
I'd like to. If I'm gonna put 100% effort, I'd rather be my own. Do you know what I mean? So, I decided to do boxing full time. Then,
so hang on, you decided to go full time boxing.
Yeah. So
how does that pay though? Amateur full time boxing or pro?
No? So basically, I stopped boxing when I was like 17, and because I actually wanted, I thought, no, I can't be bothered. It's too hard. And then when I got a job, I was working in Free Mobile.
Oh, Free Mobile.
Yeah, selling contracts.
Shout out to Free. I'm with Free.
That's it. It's bad network, innit?
Nah, bro. Where I am, it's lit.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I used to get told by my manager and that, listen, if anyone comes in, we've got mask signal problems. Yeah, every time. Yeah, he used to tell me that. But the signal was really bad when I was working there.
Really? Maybe it is certain places. You know, certain areas.
I feel bad, man. I used to sell people a dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You probably sold me the dream, bro.
Yeah. And then one person, it was funny. I never forget this. So anyway, I was selling this woman a dream, and she goes, oh, like, what network are you with? And I was like, E.
You said that? You were with E and you was working at Free?
Yeah.
But surely Free could have patterned you up with some, like, free
They did, but
shit.
their network was so bad that I refused to take the phone.
Man didn't even want it.
No, I didn't want
to
it.
have that. Fuck.
So anyway, she told me to go clean the toilet one time. I was like, I don't do that.
Oh, man.
I was like, I sell phones. Like, why are you telling me to go clean the toilet? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Clean the toilet, like, you ain't just done
I don't use
on the
it.
bar
I don't
or
use it.
anything.
And she was disgusting. Like, both of the managers, they were like unhealthy people. You know what I mean? So they used to stink at the toilet and it was like, go clean the toilet.
And they sent you.
I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I was like, yeah, I quit. I quit there and then. I was like, I left. And then went into boxing full time from there.
Okay.
And it pays, but it's all right.
So when you went full time,
yeah.
Can you be full time amateur? Or
you
have
can,
to go
but
pro?
it doesn't pay unless you're in the GB squad.
Explain that. Break that down.
So the Olympic squad.
No, but like, how would it pay? Just through sponsorship? Because when you're kind of...
So when you first turn pro, you get sponsored. But you see with me, I never had any sponsored. Like, I'm not one of those people to go up to people, oh, can you sponsor me? Can you get... That's just not me. I don't know how to ask people like that.
Yeah.
So you get paid on a ticket basis.
Got you.
So if you sell a ticket for like £60, I think I was getting like £30, half of it or something. Okay. I can't remember. And then, obviously, if you're selling 200-300 tickets, it's good money.
Yeah.
So, and then, obviously, cash in hand as well.
But how often can you fight?
I was fighting quite regularly.
Okay.
I was fighting like 3-4 times a year.
If you're selling... Pro fights or amateur fights?
Professional.
Okay.
So I turned professional now in 2017. So I was 21 when I had my first fight.
So all right, so because I'm a little bit naive to this,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love watching boxing, but I'm
Yeah.
not one of those people who are deep into it. So you've got to excuse my naivety. But like when you turn pro and then like surely you're like, I don't know who the best, what weight category are you?
Super featherweight.
Super featherweight.
Like-
So how heavy is that?
That's 59 kilos.
59 kilos. What's that in stone, do you know?
I think it's like 9'4", 9'5".
Okay, cool.
But
So,
you never walk around at that weight. So I walk around like 10.5, 10.
and then cut down.
And then you cut down, yeah. So you water cut. There's so much method behind it. So I'd be like 65, 66 kilos. You get down to like 61. And then before the weigh-in, you water cut.
That's very dangerous, isn't it? I've heard.
It is, but some people do extreme. I'd only do it the last 2-3 kilos, which is the hardest.
And what's that about? How'd you do that?
So it's brutal, you know. So I'll tell you a few stories. So you know what Epsom salt is?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get a really hot bath, put Epsom salt in it, and you just sit in there for like 20, 30 minutes, and you're proper dehydrated. You get out and you can just about stand up sometimes.
Why? Because the salt's kind of dehydrated.
It takes the water out your body. And then what happens, you see, like, prior to that, for like a good 2-3 months, you're drinking so much water. Like, I'm talking about 3-4 liters, 5 liters a day, every day consistently for like 3-4 weeks.
I mean,
like,
are you training every day?
Training every day,
Really?
yeah.
That's brutal.
And like even like a recovery session feels like a training session because it's not like a normal massage where it's like nice. They're putting their elbows in there.
Yeah.
So even after a recovery session, you're still sore. And water cut, that's the main way to do it, but you try not to do it. Or you drink lemon juice before you go to sleep.
Lemon juice?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does that make you piss a lot or something?
I don't even know, but it does.
What about, like, I've seen like the movies where man's just fucking, like they've got a cut and they've got like, I don't know, let's say 24 hours to the weigh-in and they'd be jogging wearing 15 jumpers and shit. Is that like, they're like just trying to sweat
They're trying to
it all
sweat
out?
it out, yeah. But then you might as well just do the bath.
So have you ever not made weight? Or is it
get
quite
fined.
common to not make?
It is common, yeah.
Really?
But you get fined, so, and I'm about my money.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
You're
fined.
making sure you're in shape.
Yeah.
So with being pro, what's the structure to picking your fights? Because being pro, I would have thought to build a hype about you don't want to fight all the time? Or do you? I don't know.
No, you want to fight all the time.
Okay, you do.
Because what happens, you get ring rust
Okay.
with anything. So like if you don't drive for like, if you know when you go on holiday for 2 weeks, you come back and you drive and you think, oh, this feels a bit weird.
Got you. Yeah.
So imagine if you don't box, you're missing by, it's a matter of inches in boxing. So you don't box for like a month. You're so out of tune with everything. So you're punching where you're thinking, yeah, it's going to land and it don't land.
Okay.
And then that inch of you not landing, you're going to get caught.
Got you.
And then because the gloves are like that, they're made out of horsehair, I think, some of them.
Okay.
Which is
So it
very
goes solid. They don't compress a lot.
It's a FUD.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't want to mess around.
Got you.
Yeah.
So being pro now,
Yeah.
and how many fights have
I'm
you had?
10-0.
10-0. So that's
Yeah.
sick. But can you, like, going back to, can you pattern it so you just fight 10 nobodies to get that up?
You can do, but you're going to get found out when you actually fight somebody.
How do you work at, like, is there like a plan? Like you might fight 4 nobodies and then a somebody? Or is that, how does that work?
Do you know what it is? So basically, you get different levels of journeyman. So you can get a nobody, or you can get like a semi-decent journeyman, or you can get like a high-class one.
Okay.
See, with me, I wasn't really going for those ones because it's not gonna. You're gonna fight.
You need to improve yourself.
100%. Yeah, it's not about. It's a fight game. So with me, I want to win titles. I want to. Do you know what I mean? Be one of the best. So if you're fighting these ones here, you're not gonna get nowhere. So you might as well fight semi-decent. And then you see in my last fight, he had a winning record, which means he's coming to win now. And then slowly, and then Corona messed everything up. So
Okay. So you didn't fight?
I ain't fought since November 2019.
Wow.
But I've still been in the gym, so
Yeah, you're ready.
I'm ready. Yeah, I want to fight now.
So you could potentially, being pro, fight the guy who holds all the title. Or is there one person who's like killing it in your weight division right now?
There's a few people. We see at the lower weights, yeah, there's like
You can go up and down weights.
Yeah,
can't
there's
you?
super bantamweight, there's featherweight, there's super featherweight, there's lightweight. But those 4 weights, yeah, there's only a matter of like 4 or 5 kilos in it.
So people cross over.
Yeah, so it's like you can fight in any of them.
Who's the man? Who's the man right now in any one of those?
Boxing.
Yeah, in that kind of.
And then it's Canelo Alvarez. He's a middleweight.
Oh.
But he's like the. Obviously, you know Floyd
You
Mayweather.
couldn't fight him?
No, he called me.
No. What's that? Is that because he's a different weight?
He's a middleweight.
But like in your weight
my
division,
weight,
or like any of the 4 that you could cross over to. Who's the man?
Trying to think who would know. Do you know much about boxing?
I've heard of that brother.
Canelo, yeah, he's an animal.
But in your weight division, maybe not.
Yeah, there's like Gervonta Davis.
Oh yeah, American brother.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Mayweather's prodigy.
So in reality, you could, because you're pro, you could fight him.
100%, yeah.
But your call out, would he hear it?
It wouldn't make sense for me to fight him at that level because obviously boxing's about levels, and he's a different level to me at the moment.
So even though you're all pro, you can be at different levels.
Yeah, 100%.
So what do you rate? What level do you rate yourself at, and how would you get to his?
So now I want to be fighting for titles. So there's British title, there's European. These are titles that I would fight for now. But you can't get there unless you have these benchmark ones. Do you understand?
You have to get all the English titles before you go to the European 100%. Titles, and then the Okay.
So with Gervonta Davis, obviously he was with Mayweather, so he had better guidance. So he was taking the fights. And don't get me wrong, he's a bad boy boxer.
He looks sick, bro. Man's got arms that just go.
Yeah, he's sick. So it's all about level, and it's all about timing as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll be at a high level eventually, but it's about training. Then you spar more, and then you take the fights as they come along. There's a lot of method into it. It's not like you just get into. It's a business as well. So I'm not gonna fight unless I get paid well as well. Do you understand that?
Is the money good? Does it automatically become good when you go?
I buy and sell cars on the side, so.
You ain't at that mad money stage.
No, it is, but then I'm not really fussed either. I'm not in no rush. Yeah. A lot of people do it for a living.
Is there not an age? So you're 25, so you've got age on your side, I would say. You're still
I'm in my coming to my peak now. 26, 27 is your peak.
Do you feel like, within the next couple of years and coming to your peak, you need to jump on it before
I need to
you
start
miss
stepping
it?
up now, yeah.
Who would be the fight then? Or what would be the title you're going for?
So
have you got any titles?
No, I haven't. No. I should have been at that level, but obviously with Corona, and then I think I fought in November 19, and then when was
Corona was March 20. That's when we went to our first lockdown.
So when I was looking to get into title contention, the coronavirus came in, and then it happened to be that, you see, to get a fight now, it was going to be on TV, and because there's no crowds, there's no money in it as much. Do you understand? So it's all sponsored. So it's only the people that with titles and that, or with a big manager, that we're gonna get those fights. So, but it's alright. We're back at Corona now, so it's time to make up for lost time.
So it's opening back up. People starting to fight again.
Well, hopefully Boris Johnson doesn't go. He's just pissing me off, man.
Bojo.
Yeah, he's too indecisive.
Well, do you know what the thing is? Yeah, it's not him. He's a dickhead. He's the puppet.
He's a puppet. Yeah,
he's the puppet. We all know he's the puppet. Yeah, man's just getting bare info from whoever and just relaying it.
I know, but bro, he's telling us, you can't go meet your family, this and that, and then he's going, I'm going to the hospital and I'm shaking bare man's hands. You'll be pleased to know. I'm not pleased to know you. So
exactly.
When I do it, I'm gonna get COVID fine.
Yeah. It's all weird. It's all weird, and funny enough, I was gonna ask you how, because obviously. Do you feel like you had to start buying and selling cars over the COVID period because you weren't able to make that money you would have?
No, I've always done it.
Oh, you've been...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get M3s in that. Okay.
Do
you know what I mean?
So that's the secret, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing you do. I find it's not always the case, but in a lot of cases when you talk to wealthy people and people who have done quite well for themselves, they don't rely on one revenue stream.
No, you don't. You need 8.
Yeah. 8?
I think so anyway.
Rah, you're probably right. You know? Unless you just smash it, you're the fucking founder of Facebook or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wish I started a social media thing.
It's crazy, isn't it? That wasn't even a thing back in the day. All right, cool. So with boxing then, you're gonna get back into it.
Yeah.
Or not, you never come out of it, but you
but you see when you're training for a fight, it's different. Like now it's, do you know what I mean?
They call it in camp.
In camp, yeah. So when
what does that consist of? What's different to that?
Oh, it's brutal, man. So for example, you see, just for one argument's sake, at the moment, I'm probably doing 200, 300 sit-ups a day.
A day, just every day?
Yeah.
Whilst you're not at the gym?
Which is not a lot. But in camp, you'd be doing 800, 900
Fucking hell.
Do you understand? So can you see that
And how long are you training for and how often?
So twice a day, 5 days a week.
What?
Yeah, and they're 2 hours each.
Fucking hell, bro.
And then Saturday, it depends how you feel. So you'd either do a strength circuit or you do a cardio circuit. It goes on your body. So if you're feeling very, very lethargic, you'd want to do a strength circuit because basically you know what central nervous system is.
Yeah.
It builds your central nervous system, and then Sunday would be a recovery. Okay. But like I said, just recovery session. So for instance, an ice bath. I don't know if you see on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram. There's me sitting in a bath full of ice.
Wow.
And the purpose of that is to take the bruising out of your body.
Wow.
I'd rather go for a 10-mile run than do that. Do you know what I mean?
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So mentally, it's very tough.
Yeah.
And then everywhere sometimes, obviously in camp, the sparring is obviously a lot higher now because obviously you want to be your best. So it was all kind of black eyes and
Okay. Yeah. So like,
and then that's another reason why my YouTube is always up and down because I don't want to be like I've done it a few times, but then everyone just comments, "Oh, you got a black eye, you got beaten up." But it's not, it's boxing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then like, it does get to me sometimes. You get a lot of trolls. It pisses me off.
Yeah. But the thing is, these trolls, anyone who trolls,
I'll punch them up if I see them.
You heard it there. So hang on, like, but going back to that, if you was to punch someone up,
Yeah, I get in trouble bad.
you're getting bad. Have you got a boxing license? Do you have to have a
Yeah, I
license?
got a boxing
Would you
license.
lose that?
I'd lose that, yeah.
Even if it was if it's self-defense, you can do a
Self-defense
nice
is
little
fine.
1, 2, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You're knocking out most man,
But
innit?
then you can get done for using excessive force. But what's excessive force?
Exactly.
If you're
'Cause,
defending.
is it true? Like your hands are classed as weapons?
Yeah, you get 2 years extra.
Really?
Yeah.
Raw. That's mad.
That's why I have fast cars. Run away
What,
from
went
any
to punch
situation.
him up and run away? Yeah.
Nah, I
Do
don't.
you have a lot of street fights? Because you were talking
Nah.
about people sizing up to you, though.
Yeah, I do.
Is that still a thing?
No,
Is it back in
sizing
the
up
day?
in the sense where you got to bear in mind my hands are very like brittle. Like I've been punching since I was 8, so like I get a little bit pains here.
Okay.
You'll shake people and they'll go like that. Do you understand? They'll shake.
Ah,
Do you understand? And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Now I just spud everyone. And yeah, I've had a few times where people, oh yeah, you think you're a boxer? I'll come and knock you. I'm thinking, bruv, I'm gonna get 2 years extra if we ever fight here.
No
Do
way.
you know what I mean?
No way. That's
Yeah.
mad. Do you feel like, because anything can happen, innit?
Mm.
Do you feel like you could ever get caught with a rogue punch and man just knock you out?
Yeah, 100%.
Would that ruin your that would ruin your reputation, though, innit?
It ruined my ego.
that-
Luckily,
yeah.
I've never been knocked out on road.
But more time, you'd
never
see
been
that
knocked out
coming,
at all.
duck that, and just counter it, innit, or something.
Yeah, I guess. But all you have to do is punch someone here.
And it's an on-off.
It
switch,
doesn't
innit?
matter who you are. If you don't see it, you're gonna get knocked out.
Do you feel like? Have you ever been put down?
Yeah, I put
Knocked
down. Yeah, in my 9th fight, I got back up and won.
Really?
Yeah,
What's that like? So you got caught
yeah,
in the jaw,
yeah.
and what's it? Because I've heard it's just like a light switch. Were you out or
Nah,
no?
Do you know what it is? It was on to me where I got complacent with myself. I thought, yeah, I'm the man, this and that. I got hit a few times, but I never got dropped or nothing by big people, better people. And then it's one of them where I was punching him, and then I just forgot about my defense. I
Okay.
just thought, I'm the man, and he caught me, and my legs went, but my head was fine.
Okay.
So I'm thinking,
Well, they just went like wiggly.
Yeah, he
But
hit
you
me.
actually fall.
and he went, no, I didn't fall. So my legs were going, and I was like, wow, like, I've never been here before. I'm like, what's happened here?
Shit.
And then I've gone back, and then my legs are still steady. Like I was so baffed. I'm thinking, what's this?
Your mind was right,
Yeah,
but your legs just weren't complying.
yeah. And then he caught me, and then I went down, and it was like I was standing up, and now I'm on the floor.
No.
It was literally like that. And then before I
And the
knew,
man over you doing accounting shit.
yeah, but by the time I clocked him doing the count, it was on 5. And do you understand? It gets to, I think it was 8 or 10. I can't remember. It's different rules.
Okay.
And I think, fuck, he's on 5 already. So I got up and I was fine, and I won the fight.
Okay.
But that taught me so much. And he was a better journeyman than what I was fighting. But it's like the step up. But it wasn't, I didn't get knocked down because I was shit. I got knocked down because,
Complacent.
yeah. But I'm glad it happened because now I spar so many different people, much better, like British champions, European champions. And because of that one experience, it taught me a lot. That do not underestimate anyone.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, I guess so. You got.
I'm very glad it
if you don't
happened.
know,
I can't lie
what
to
it
you.
feels like.
Yeah,
Now you know you can recover from that.
yeah,
But I've heard this. It's mad. It's like what you used to explain there. I've
Yeah.
heard that from someone else. I can't remember. It might have been on Joe Rogan or something like that.
yeah,
It's such a weird feeling. Like it's just a disconnect from your body. Just disconnects from your brain, basically.
yeah.
But
It was fun. It was funny at the same time.
yeah, funny.
Kind of like I'm thinking, fuck, I've sparred so much and I've fought so much better people, and this is the one that fucking dropped me. I'm thinking, what the fuck? But
As you say, it's a learning curve. Everything in life
big
is a
learning curve.
innit?
Yeah. Now, I had a bad habit of keeping my hands down,
Okay.
like flashy.
Were you
this-
cocky? Were you cocky? Are
Yeah,
you cocky with it?
I was, but I'm still cocky. But now I keep my hands up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Because
it's
you
what-
remember, was it Prince Nazim?
yeah,
Man done the most showboating ever. But he was a don, bruv.
Yeah.
Man would duck, do some mad things. Hup.
but again,
Throwing
he
him
kept his
wild
hands down
punches.
a bit, and then Barrera done him.
Oh, did he? He's
Yeah.
a big fatty now, isn't he?
Yeah, but do you know his boxing's so hard?
'Cause it happens to a lot of boxers, isn't it? They finish boxing and you just,
Yeah, because your whole life you just diet and you can't eat this, you can't go that. You see, when I was in school, I missed so many birthday parties. You know, back in the day, the hall parties. Remember?
yeah.
I didn't go to them. school trips, holidays. I couldn't go to them because I was boxing.
Wow.
So
then, you just want to make up for it, lost time when you're
100%. But then you're 40 years old.
Yeah.
But then I'm glad about it because you see a lot of people, like all the popular people in my school, because they were popular, they thought they were distant. They're nobodies now.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I'm kind of.
Do you find this with kind of changing subjects, yeah? But that's so true with girls. Do you see like the popular girls, yeah? The best looking ones in school ragged out now.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They might have been the best looking. Bear Man were on them. You know.
They're finished now. They're
finished, bro. Cat S's. Bro, they all fucking 7 kids.
Yeah.
On the dole. Just looking mad, but the one you underestimated, the one that wasn't the boom ting, didn't talk a lot, whatever. She's the mad ting now.
Yeah, that happened every year.
Mad ting, and it's the same with everything, isn't it? It's usually the cool ones. They're cool because they're the ones who are a little bit naughty.
Speaking of school, it was funny actually. I remember there was one teacher again, the ICT one. We didn't like each other. She didn't like me, and I didn't like her. And she said to me, "Oh, like if you don't do this and do that, you're gonna be nobody, this and that." And I drove past her once in my GTR, and I was thinking,
"No way, you did."
I went like that to her. I was like, yeah, like that. And she was like, I remember.
Oh, she saw you.
Yeah, she was like.
But you know what? It's weird how many people say that your teacher says you're never gonna be nothing, and it's weird that that's like there's so many people.
There was boxing coaches that said to me that I was never gonna be a good pro.
Really?
And I'm 10-0 now, and their boxers are like, I've lost to that.
It's weird why people say that, but I almost feel like a lot of the time they say it to spur you on.
I feel like they say it to deter you, because basically, I lost a lot of motivation because there was one guy who was trying to. I don't want to mention names. He was trying to help me. He was helping me, and then for whatever reason, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're too old and you can't do and this and that," and then it kind of dented my confidence because he was quite high up in the boxing world.
You respected his
opinion.
Like.
I was so happy to be, and then he was telling me all this shit, and then it kind of, it made me lose enthusiasm for myself. I started doubting myself, and then I started sparring a few people. I'm thinking, "Bob, I'm actually good. What's he talking about?" And then I was like, "Fuck this guy!" But I feel like he was trying to bring me down so he could bring other people up. Do you understand? Because boxing is there's not how many places are in boxing?
Yeah.
There's only 1-2 places at the top.
Yeah.
So I just feel like people try and sabotage your shit.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Because like I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, like Dan, you post too many cars on your gram and this and that." But it's who I am,
bro. That's your passion.
Yeah,
that's your passion.
The only reason why I'm more well known than what I would have been without it is because of the cars. So why am I gonna stop doing something?
The thing is, look, if you've got a captive audience, you use that to your advantage,
100%.
and then use it to promote whatever else you're doing or want to do. It just makes sense. Going back to you got the RS3 right now.
Yeah.
But you've had fucking shitloads for a young guy, bro.
Yeah.
Your car CV is up there. What have you had? What's
so I had the A3 1.6, and then you see, Liam had his grey Scirocco.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking, that's nice. So then I was like, okay, let me get a Scirocco. I got a 1.4 twin charge. Oh, that car cost me so much money.
Okay.
I think I paid like $8,000 for it. But you see, with me, I was very smart about the cars that I bought. So my A3. I think my dad paid $6,000 for it, but he was like, okay, that's no more money now. And then I sold that. That actually got written off, actually.
What, the Scirocco?
No, the A3. Yeah, some guy went into the back of me.
Okay.
And then check this out. So anyway, I've taken my older brother now to go pick up his new 335 at the time. It was a red one, 07 plate. And we're waiting in traffic. The lorry's a van's hit into the back of me. Then I've hit into his new car.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think I might have the picture.
That is the worst. That's my worst nightmare. Having a brand new car and the first day of getting banged. Was it the first day?
First day? Same day. Same evening driving it back.
That'd kill me.
And the car got written off there. But I actually got paid at 8.5.
Nice.
So I was alright. I was chilling. And then I bought the Scirocco. I think I paid 9 for it. Well, I fucking spent probably like $5,000-6,000 on it. Sold it for like 7.
Really?
Yeah, after a year, because the gearbox went twice. I think the engine went as well. Something went with the engine.
Is this through tuning it?
Yeah, bad tuner. But again, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin no one's reputation. Very bad tuner. Do not go there.
Oh, really?
And
we're not going to tell you who it is, but don't go there.
It's a very well-known company as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it was a 1.4 twin charge. So it was supercharged and it was turbocharged.
TSI, yeah. TSI, yeah.
I had bare problems with that, and I was like, okay, no. Then I had a big jump. So basically, I went from that to the S3 8V.
Nice. That's it. The white one.
White one, yeah.
That is the first car I knew you from.
I put an air ride. That ruined the car.
Oh, you put an air ride in?
I put an air ride, yeah.
And it ruined it.
Yeah, because basically, I was only 18, and like
18 with the
I don't know if you have it in your culture, but in like I'm Pakistani, our culture is very bitchy sometimes.
Okay.
And like a lot of people will go into my mum and dad, oh, like he's bought this car, he's gonna crash it, he's gonna do this, like blah 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 blah. But I know in myself, yeah, I'm not even being cocky here. I'm a driver.
Okay.
I know how to drive a car, and I know my limits as well. So my dad was like, okay, so if you can get this car, but you can't make it faster.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's fine.
Sounds like a deal at the time because you want the whip.
It's 300 brake, and I was 18, so it was alright.
Yeah, nice.
So I was like, okay, safe. I won't spend money there, but I'll modify the crap out of it. So I put on air ride, I changed the grille, changed the wheels, standard on the res delete.
Okay.
And yeah, I had that car for about 18 months and I loved it.
Yeah.
And then, you see with me, I've always been like an Audi guy. I don't know why.
Okay.
I just like Audis.
Yeah.
And then I sold the Audi and I bought a 235. I hated it.
I think I remember that now.
The blue one, yeah.
Blue, yeah. And I think you were quite vocal about it not being a good car, right?
The car was good, but I had so many issues with it. Like the headlight stopped working on it. Bear in mind, it had like 5,000 miles on the clock, and it was a 60. It was only like 4 months old. Okay. And I had so much issues with it.
It wasn't the engine. It wasn't the drive of the car. It was the issues you had.
Issues with it, and the BMW customer service.
Got you.
Terrible. I feel like because I was only 18, 19, they
weren't taking man serious.
Yeah, they weren't taking me seriously. And so going back to the S3, this is where the S3 kind of like catapulted me up, like to get in bait now. So to get in my name up. So this is where I started going to all the meets, and then I met DMO, then I met who else did I meet? Everyone with this Aleem. I met Aleem back then I met Yanni, I met Lenny, I met like just everyone. Then that's when I feel like the car scene was the best at that time.
Yeah.
Like the Gumball days.
Less problems.
It was just fun.
We're free with it.
It was fun. And even like, police never used to come to the meets and shut them down. Now they keep shutting them down.
It's because they're all baited out on socials.
Yeah.
They know.
Well, they were baited out back then. But like the Gumball, there was a few accidents. You remember in Manchester, when the Gumball, there was a C63 that went into the lamppost. You've probably seen it. And there was a Jaguar, I think. And it.
Yes,
yeah. I was at that meet.
No way.
Yeah, I was 2 cars behind that.
Oh, shit.
And there was a funny story with that C63. Basically,
it come around the corner and it come around a roundabout, wasn't it?
Do you know the story of that one?
No.
That wasn't his car. That was a customer's car. He had no car wash.
Oh, no.
And he took the car out and he's done that to it. Yeah. And then
man.
I think there was 2 accidents on that day, and then they stopped doing the Gumball meets.
Okay.
I feel like that's when it started going. Then that got taken off, and then I started going to like I can't remember what they were called, but you know, like these modified car meets, like Edition 30. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's called Edition 30.
There is Edition 30. I think it's called well, there's definitely a car called Edition 30. But I think there's something. Yeah, you're on the.
Yeah, Players. Remember Players?
Players and all those kind of ones. Yeah.
So that's why I put my car in air ride now, because it was a kind of different scene.
Static kind of.
Yeah. But that ruined my car, man.
Yeah, I've driven cars with air ride, and some of them are a bit wobbly.
This is time ago though, so it was one of the entry. Now they're meant to be really good.
You can get performance struts.
Yeah.
So
I think I had HP Drive Tech struts and I had AccuAir, which was self-leveling. That's what Rolls Royces have, because the suspension is self-leveling.
Okay.
And I just had so much issues with it. Like I had, it kept having sensor faults, and if you have one sensor that goes wrong, you have to change all 4 of them. So I just kind of had enough of that. Sold that, and then I bought the 235. By this stage, I've got my head on now, so I'm thinking there's no point buying these cars if I'm going to lose money on it. So I paid like 25 for it. I spent like $1,000 on it. And there was time I was on the motorway and the door just opened. Can you imagine?
What do you mean? Like
the door just opened. The driver door just opened.
It was fully closed.
Yeah,
and it just opened.
Just opened.
I've got a ghost in the car, bro.
And then I'm on the motorway and I'm holding the door like that.
Oh, and it wouldn't shut?
No, so I'm holding it. This is when I was like, I hate this car. I'm selling it.
Oh,
so I'm driving for a good like 3-4 miles holding the handle.
Fuck.
And then the engine light kept coming on. The rear lights kept getting water in it. The front lights kept flickering. I'm thinking, what's this?
Yeah.
So I sold that, and then I bought the RS3, the 8V.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But going back to the 235, I think I paid 25. I spent like $1,000 and a bit on it. It's kind of funny. A dealer bought it off me for 28.
No way.
Thinking it was an M Performance car.
Oh,
I just put the kit on it.
Okay.
I thought, I'm not going to tell him, innit? If he doesn't know what he's...
Bro, That's on him.
Yeah. So I made $2,000 on that, and then I was like, okay, I like Audi, and then I bought the RS3.
Okay.
I love that car. That's my favorite car of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That was black also, right?
That was black. Yeah.
You got a black one now too, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
By chance though.
Just by chance.
That's right. I'll tell you the story of that. So, and I've never even told anyone how I got this car either.
What, the first RS3?
No, this one now.
Okay. Because you had the GTR and then went to the RS3.
Yeah. I don't think it's a downgrade at all.
They're just very different platforms.
You know, it's the GTR. It was.
You had the lightning bolt one, yeah?
Yeah, 15 plate.
Yeah.
It was. I loved it, but the maintenance is honestly.
It's mad.
Yeah, you don't realize how much that
running
car
costs are madness on that car. Yeah.
You don't realize, and people say to you, "Oh, it's alright."
It's pretty much supercar.
Yeah,
running costs. Isn't it? It's supercar performance.
Tires were like a bag. I think a bag in a bit.
Is it true they're filled with nitrogen, or they're meant to be filled with nitrogen?
No, they're not true. I've said that, and only if you go on track.
Okay.
But if you're on the road, everyone just puts air in it. Well, I was anyway.
Damn right.
So anyway, I bought the RS3 and I loved that car. That was MRC stage 2.
Sick.
Had a Scorpion downpipe on it. I had a Miltech secondary cat delete, and I just loved that car. And then it's a funny story. So basically, I paid 34 for it. Had it a couple of years, and then the previous owner bought it back up for me.
For how much?
39.
What?
And I had it for a year.
39.
Yeah.
Right, just because you was driving it, man wanted to buy it back.
No, it wasn't even because I was driving it. It's because I didn't. You know, it's with me. Everything's normal to me. But you see, when I modify a car, people love it.
Okay.
I feel like my eye must be alright then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, oh right, okay, safe. I can make money off this now.
Okay.
That's when it started coming. That's why you see when I buy all these cars now, I do little touches to it because.
So is that always kind of the end goal for you? You buy a car at X amount of price, make some money on it by modifying it, or apply mods that aren't going to lose money?
As you know, when you have a good social media platform, you get the parts cheap, next to nothing. So it's not costing me what it should cost. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So for example, I think MRC charged like £1,500 for stage 2 and gearbox. I didn't pay nowhere near that. I'm not gonna say how much.
Yeah, but they looked after you because but it works. It works for everyone involved, isn't it? So
that was through my friend On at the time, and so I made $5,000 off it. I didn't lose money. Even my insurance was covered.
That's crazy.
So I drove that for free, more or less.
Yeah.
Then I said to Tej, like, basically another thing why I sold the 235 as well. I wasn't ready for rear-wheel drive. I spun out a few times badly.
You had the S3 before, right? You're trying to drive it like a four-wheel drive car.
Yeah. I was, you know what I stopped saying as well? Watch this. You know, I stopped
bad shit happens after that phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, a few times now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in that car, I was like, watch this. So anyway, I thought, you know, in my head, I thought I'm just gonna get the back out slightly.
Yeah.
And it'll be alright. I'll control it. It didn't. It just went like that badly. And it didn't have LSD either. So what happened is I've gone around the corner a bit vigorously, and I feel like the wheel was just dug in. Okay. One of them's dug in, and one of them's spinning. I've just gone like that. Missed the lamppost by like this much, and I thought, okay, I'm having bare problems with this car.
It's trying to kill me too.
Yeah, it's trying to get rid of it. Then I got the RS3, got used to power, and then my brother had a C63 at the time. He had a W204, and it's crazy, but he just let me drive it.
Okay.
And he had an E93 M3. That's a perfect car, you know. That's a good entry level car because it doesn't it's not as snappy as the C63.
M3s are so well balanced. They're not that fast. They make a nice noise.
Yeah. So anyway, I used to drive his E93 about, and because it was convertible, it was very heavy on the back.
Yeah.
Got used to that, and I was thinking, okay, I like M3s. And then I drove the C63. He sold that and got a C63 W204. And I think they had a Eurocharge map on it. And it was, had a secondary decat. And again, tried to kill me a few times. Tried to kill me. And it wasn't even like me doing anything stupid. It was me like trying to join onto the motorway.
A little bit, not completely straight, a little bit too much throttle when it's stepping.
Start stepping out badly. So, but I don't know why. I like the feel of it stepping out. Maybe it's not a good thing, but I like the feel of nearly dying.
Well, that's it. People feel most alive when they're closest to death, bro. You know what I mean?
So, my good friend Tej, I met him through car mates as well. Okay. So I was talking to him and he was like, I was either gonna buy a C63S or I was gonna buy the M3. And then he goes to me, bro, like you can't get a better driver's car than an M car.
Yeah.
So I took his advice there and he goes, oh, like what color do you want? I was like, bro, I want purple.
That's what I had.
Silk purple, or I want a black one. And he was like, there's an orange one here. And I was thinking, I don't really like orange, man. Like, it's orange. Who wants orange?
What's that orange?
It was fire orange.
Fire orange, that's it, yeah. Individual colour.
And I was like, no, I don't really like it. And he goes, like, I'm going to buy it anyway for my dealership. Like, if you want it, like, it's there for you. Obviously, we bought that from auction, and that was considerably less on the list. I think it was about 50, 55 list at the time. I got it for like 46.
Sick. So you already knew you was making money on it?
So I knew I wasn't going to lose money. But I fell in love with that car, and I spent so much money. It had 5 grams worth of carbon on it.
Okay.
Like had the fun. If you look at my Instagram, like people that followed me from a long time ago, I went through like 8 splitters.
Yeah, they come off.
Kept smashing them. And I was just looking, I think, oh, this is so ugly. And I kept putting them back on. It was like an addiction. And then I started modifying it. Got used to it. Started drifting it around like in car parks, and I'm thinking, okay, it's so much nicer than a Mercedes. I love Mercedes, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But just M
for
cars.
balance, an M car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, yeah, I'm ready for stage 2 now. And I never spun out again after that because I knew my limits. I knew how to control the car. And then by this time I've gone really bait now, and I started making, like proms, NRA.
Nah.
So basically in East London they love, and Luton as well. You see when you leave school or you leave college.
Oh, proms.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. What's NRA?
I don't even know what NRA is, but I'll take their money.
Oh.
I think it was like end of 6th form, I think it was.
Oh, so you was doing the prompting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So people used to message me, oh, like, do you do chauffeur and this and that? And I was like, yeah. And
I had a few of their messages back in the day still.
And I was like, yeah, what? Like, how much do you charge? I was like, I don't know. Like, I've been quoted $1,000. I was like, $1,000?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I was like, I'll do it for you, 8 bills.
Yeah.
And then I was getting paid for, I think, 2018. I made some good money, man. I made probably like 15K.
So the whip's already underpriced when you got it.
Yeah.
And it's making you money.
And it's making me money.
Yeah.
So anyway, I made the whole summer 2018. I was just driving kids around that loved my Instagram, and I was just chilling.
Yeah.
And then I'd get paid. They would go in for prom, and I'd be sitting there for 2-3 hours getting paid.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then again, I made good friends. I made, like, for instance, my friend Sunny. We met her and I met her at a prom thing, and then now we're good friends now. So like, I feel like cars bring me.
Oh, they bring people together. Well, bro, we wouldn't be sitting here.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
That's how it goes.
So, and then I sold it I got like 40 grand for it. It was probably worth like 35.
Okay.
But because obviously the mods, and again, they didn't cost me.
Yeah.
What they should have done. So I think I got like, after I kept it like 2 years, done a lot of mileage on it, and I lost like. I wouldn't say I lost anything. I made it back. Some way I made it back. Then I sold the M3 now, and then I was okay. Now I want to get a nice, like, more of like
was it the GTR after that?
Yeah.
Because they're almost seen, in my opinion, as like the daddy.
That's
like the pinnacle,
yeah,
big boy car before you go supercar.
Yeah. So with me, I don't buy cars because of trends. I buy it because of personal experiences.
Okay.
So a lot of Pakis, a lot of Asians. You're
allowed to say.
They're driving S3s and RS3s.
Mm.
So my uncle, he had an S3 back in the day. He's still got it. He's got an 8P. I think it's about 600 brake.
Okay.
It's a Merlin purple one. The plate's S3 BHP.
Okay.
You don't drive it, but he had that since I was a kid, and he's got an Agara blue one as well, 8L.
Okay.
So that's why I got my S3. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because all my family and my uncles all had them.
Yeah.
And then M3s again, they all had M3s. I thought, let me have it. Then you see when Jamie Clarkson's driving to Tokyo and he's doing that race against a bullet train.
Yes, yeah. He was in the GTR.
Yeah. I was watching that thinking, I could. Don't know how.
I could race a bullet train or two with it.
Yeah, I want that. And then I ended up. I don't know how I done it, but I bought that, and then that's when I was like, shit, this is a different ball game now. Like, you want to buy, for instance, I would buy a splitter on my M3. It was like 253 bills. You're gonna pay like a minimum of $1,000 for a GTR splitter.
Everything goes up, innit?
Yeah, like
certain man can buy whips, afford to buy it, but it's like
running it
is a different story. A certain man can afford to run them, but it's like, do you want to throw all your money at it to run it? Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I was, to some extent, I was throwing. There's times where I didn't want to pay it. You see, in the M3, I didn't mind. For example, on the M3, I had a service pack. You know, on the M3, you're getting like 5 years. So I didn't pay for a service for a long time. Yeah,
I had a few of them still.
The GTRs come now. I was like, You know, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Paul Walker.
Okay.
You know, he had the GTR. I think it was in Fast 6 or 7.
Okay.
The blue one.
I kind of turned off a little bit with them when they got into like past 5.
Yeah. So anyway, he had a blue one and that's why I wanted the blue one. Because he had a carbon bonnet and I was like, yeah, I want a carbon bonnet. A carbon bonnet's like $4,000.
Yeah.
$5,000. And I was like, no, I'm not paying that. And then luckily, someone on my Instagram, Tony Beasler, I don't know if you've seen him. He's got a GTR.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And he gave it to me for like $8.
Oh, that's right.
So I was like, I was chilling.
Yeah.
But even that's too much.
Yeah.
Like he only got that for a good price because he's given it to me at a good price. Then like tires, $1.50, brakes, $2,000. And then they haven't upgraded. They're just stock.
Just to keep it normal.
Yeah.
You know when you're paying their monies and nothing's changing.
Fuel.
Yeah.
Bad.
Right off, innit?
Yeah, like just to drive locally, you need £40-50, and I was driving it every day.
Yeah.
And then what else did I do to it? I wanted to change the steering wheel, £500, because I didn't like it. I was like, I paid so much money for this car, and I don't like the steering wheel.
Yeah.
But I want to get another one. But I see with that car, you can't drive it every day, man.
Yeah, that's the toy you pull out now and again.
Yeah, because the gearbox it's not
clunky too and all that.
Clunky, like
rattles too. Bell housing issue. Actually,
mine was okay.
Cured, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was the first gen.
Yeah, it was bad, but it wasn't. It used to make a lot of mechanical noises, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like hearing what's working.
Yeah, feeling. Yeah.
So with the GTR, it costs. You need probably like $10,000 a year to run that car.
Yeah.
And then, I knew I was gonna sell it, so I was like, okay, safe. I want to do a Euro trip in it. And it was fun, man.
That's got to be amazing.
I don't know if it's legal or not, but everyone's speeding out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
So you got to do it. It's other countries, no rules, bro. Rules don't apply in other countries.
I got bored of doing 200.
Oh, man's out there doing them kind of.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
And
okay.
I remember I was on the motorway. I think I was in Calais. I just come out of Calais, and there's police there, and he's like, "You're telling me to go."
Oh, he wanted to see it.
Yeah, he was telling me to go, and everyone's recording me because GTRs there. They're like double. They're like $100,000 cars
so
there.
You don't see a lot of them.
No, like you do, but they're double the price there.
Yeah.
So they're thinking I'm some
specialer.
Yeah, so they're thinking I'm some multi-millionaire. I'm thinking, no, you don't even know, man. I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got in this position.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so happy I done that, man. That was the most funniest time. And then my friend had an RS3, this one now.
Okay.
And he's like, by this stage, I want to sell it. And I was thinking, and he was like, I want to sell my RS3, this and that. And you see how it is, bro. It's headache for us to sell a car. I don't know about you, but you see where I put a car on Auto Trader, people call, which is not a problem.
Speak to you.
Yeah. I want to sell my car, but I'm not looking to have.
Tricky. Yeah. When you do it now, it's got to be. It
can't
can't be
be through a
public.
garage. Yeah,
it can't be public. Yeah.
That's why I blocked my plates out now.
Okay.
When I buy a car and then I'll reverse, but I still haven't done it yet. I end up sending it somehow. And then he was like, I want to sell my RS3, and I was going to sell my GTR. I was like, okay, bro, give me the RS3 and then just give me some cash on top. And then they end up taking that. Got into it and I was thinking, oh no, have I messed up? Because straight away you ain't got no presents.
Yeah.
But this car's stage 2 now, and bro, it's much faster than my GTR.
Very, very. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your GTR, you left stock.
I left stock.
Yeah.
I was scared about breaking something.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine the bills?
I actually broke the gearbox. No, I didn't even break the gearbox. You see, with me, I'm very hesitant about giving my cars to people because, for example, with a GTR, there's a certain way you have to drive it. Like when you're doing a U-turn, it's gonna take you about 10-15 seconds to a U-turn because you'll go there, yeah. You put into reverse. It probably takes 3-4 seconds to engage. Yeah. And you got everyone horning.
You can't rush it.
Yeah.
And if you rush it, it's just gonna clunk in.
Yeah.
You're giving it throttle.
And then you're gonna break and something. So anyway, so many times I'm doing U-turns and people just horning at me. It's taking me a good 10-15 seconds to do it. That's why I say you can't drive it every day.
Yeah.
The turning circle's bad. But you can be doing 50 miles per hour, you could be doing 100 and it just feels the same.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no,
not that I do 100 in the UK. I don't do that.
Speed limits only.
Yeah.
So you're happy where you are now with the RS3? They're amazing cars. They're
I guess
very
so,
capable.
But that probably goes soon.
What's right? Cool. Because we've been going for a while now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I end it on this. Yeah. What's the dream car?
It's gotta be a Lambo.
Lambo, yeah. What
Yeah.
one?
I would say Aventador, but then again, you can't drive. You see me? I want to drive my cars every day.
You drive a Huracan or a Performante every day.
I would drive a Huracan every day.
Yeah, they're very drivable.
But yeah, probably a Lambo.
Yeah.
I'd be happy at a Lambo.
What age are you gonna do that by?
I don't want to put pressure on it. I need to, because my mum's getting on to me. I need to buy a house first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
getting to that
that
age
makes
now.
much more sense.
So I'm gonna buy a house first,
Get on the ladder.
and then I've actually invested in a few businesses as well now. So I don't have disposable cash like I used to.
Yeah.
I somewhat feel.
Yeah, but it's clever money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel poor now, in a way. But it's one of them where I can actually see my money now.
Yeah.
Before I used to spend money. I used to make money to spend money. Now I make money to invest money.
Sick.
So if I can get by 30, I'm happy.
Yeah? Oh, good man. I
Yeah.
think you'll do it, bro. You've been pushing on. Sick cars already up to this date.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's sick. Bro, look, before we go, is there anything you want to promote? Any socials you want to shout out? Or where can people find you?
So, well, I've got my Instagram, which is DanielKhan96, but I'm trying to get more consistent on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
So
consistency is key, bro.
yeah, I see you.
Consistency is key, yeah.
You're like my idol.
Shout out.
So yeah, I'm trying to get my YouTube better. So if you guys can subscribe to that, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah.
And yeah, my friend's doing his USB thing, so if you can plug that for me, that'd be lovely.
Yeah. Well, just quickly explain that, and then we'll leave links to everything you said.
So
in
for
the description.
example, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me. I'm always playing music videos on the screen. All you do is use a USB, plug it in, but it's quite hard because it has a certain format that has to be done, otherwise you don't get the full screen.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cam's mastered that now, so if you want to buy that, you need to go to him.
All right, cool.
And
Well,
that's
Cam's the plug, and you're gonna find. Oh, he's got the thing here. Right. Okay. So that's the new thing. Look, so that is the thing. I don't know if it's focusing.
USB media plug.
USB media plug. That is the thing. Plugged up.
You can have that one.
And that's my thing. That's my. It's on the house. Cam's the man. Go see him. Links in the description. Daniel, you're a bad man. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming.
for having me,
It's
bro.
been wicked.
I've
You
had
know
a
what I
good
mean?
time, man.
We've met each other now.
Yeah.
We've kicked it. We've heard your story.
We'll get some YouTube videos together now.
Yeah, we'll do something. And when you
100%.
get boxing, I want to come see you fight.
Yeah, please. That'd be lovely.
Nah, that'd be sick. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.